Welcome to our channel Celestial Nexus. My name is Nima, and this is my first YouTube video for this channel and first video ever, so I hope you enjoy it. Before we begin, since this channel is new, I thought maybe I should introduce myself and how I got into UFOs and what inspired me to start a new channel. I'll try to keep it short so we can get to my top 8 old and new UFO videos along with most recent UFO news. I will try to post weekly, so don't forget to subscribe and tune in. So I remember standing in line in a grocery store as a little boy when my mom was unloading our groceries for the cashier. I was looking at wrestling magazine covers when I noticed a newspaper with a picture of a spaceship and the letters UFO on it. Even though I never fully understood what I was looking at or what the letters UFO stood for, it was always on my mind. Then I started watching movies like Independence Day,
Boom, boom, boom.
E.T.,
Come, stay.
Predator,
You one ugly mother.
Alien, Fire in the Sky, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. As a kid, I was sucked in. I started to watch anything UFO and alien related. When I was a bit older, I always wondered why this topic isn't being covered enough in the news. And then I realized there's an active program in place to suppress the information from getting out. And those who would talk about it, their stories were either never believed or they would get ridiculed for it. I'm glad things are picking up and more people are coming forward with their stories, videos, and experiences. A personal experience of mine was I think it was 2017. I was on the balcony on the 19th floor of my Toronto condo. It was after work around 6 or 7 p.m. and I was having a cigar, a drink, and listening to my favorite reggae music. I was looking into the distance when I noticed a black dot seemed to be hovering. Because I was always curious of what's flying overhead, I always looked up. So I kept staring at it. I realized the object wasn't hovering in place, but it was traveling towards my direction. As you see in the picture, it was traveling parallel to the street below. It was a matte black sphere, or at least it looked matte because I didn't see any reflection or any shiny parts. It silently approached my building and continued on until it went behind the building. It took me about a minute to gather myself and rerun in my head what I just witnessed over and over again. I tried to explain to myself what did I just see.
Whoa. What is this?
To this day, I have no idea. I do know it was not a bird, or a plane, or a drone, or a swamp gas, or a weather balloon. I would love to know if you've encountered something similar, and if so, let me know by commenting down below. I may include them in my future videos. Also, if you have any pictures or videos, and if you want them to be aired, you can send them to celestialnexus6@gmail.com. Now, since this is the first video of this channel, I want to share my top 8 videos that I believe cannot be debunked. Since some of them were recorded before drones, CGI, or AI were common. Here it goes. Here's the first video. It's from an old documentary what I couldn't find anywhere on the web. It is apparently from a leaked NASA video where NASA is trying to find the Mir station, the Russian Mir station that was in low Earth orbit from 1986 to 2001. Have a listen. And this second video was shot in Turkey in 2008. As you can see, the moon and the bright object where this man will zoom into. It's a very shaky video due to the distance between the subject and the man recording is, but you can see there is movement within the ship. You can see two figures where they're in the ship's cockpit. Later on, you will see some frame freezes where you can see the occupants somewhat clearly. This third video is a personal favorite of mine, not for any particular reason, maybe because it was one of the first UFO related videos I've seen. It also shows whatever it is that's following this airplane, it changes directions, which is impossible to do with anything humans ever created. And here it is again. This fourth video was shot from a cockpit of an airplane at 30,000 feet in the air. It looks like the object is stationary and just floating in the air as the plane passes by. This fifth video was shot in Israel. You can see the bright object descend on top of the mosque, stay a little bit, and zoom off. Have a look.
זה יורד למטה. וואו!
This sixth video, which I'm sure most of you have seen by now, it blew up quickly and it died off as quick when NASA and the news tried to debunk it. This seventh video was again shot from a cockpit, and it shows something nearly missing the airplane. And last but not least, this eighth video is probably the scariest one of the eight, at least for me. If I ever saw this from my window, I'd probably freak out. And now for the latest on the UFO and the UAP related news, there are some crazy stories coming out of Peru. Apparently, a girl was attacked in the Amazon forest by a floating 8-foot long being. The villagers have taken upon themselves to figure out who attacked the girl, as the Peruvian government's brief investigation evidently found that the attackers are gold miners on jetpacks. You heard that right. Here are a couple of videos that are making the rounds on Twitter, X. Here's the first video, which I think is either SpaceX or something similar. I don't think it's a UFO. And this is apparently the video of the 8-foot long being. Have a look. So this concludes our first video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, comment, and share, as it would help the algorithm, which this topic needs a lot of help, and it would also help grow the channel. If you stay till the end of this video, a big thank you. Make sure to take care of yourself and each other, and don't forget to look up, because you never know what's flying over you. See you guys in the next one.